Coming up in today's show, groups on campus host a red flag discussion to help students notice red flags in their relationships. Mississippi country music star Hardy will be performing tonight in downtown Starkville, and Congressman Michael Guest and District Deputy Director Kyle Jordan visited Mississippi State to talk to students. Your Take 30 News starts right now.
And thank you for joining us. I'm Mary Alexanders. In our top story today, Mississippi State University invites elected officials to rub elbows with students interested in entering the political arena. Take 30's LoNigro has the details.
In a Zoom meeting earlier this week, Congressman Michael Guest highlighted his day-to-day operations and internships available to students.
They provide a great learning opportunity for people, whether they want to go into politics or they just want to serve their country during their college career.
Kyle Jordan is a Mississippi Deputy Director for District 3. He says he encourages MSU students to sign on to work on Capitol Hill.
Congressman Guest's office hosts multiple interns in Washington, D.C. each semester from Mississippi colleges. Additionally, they host an intern right here at Mississippi State University in the Grant Presidential Library. Now, I hope my resume makes the cut, but if you're interested in applying, all you got to do is go to guest.house.gov, go to Services, and click on the Internships tab.
Jordan says these internship opportunities are an invaluable experience for those who want to enter the political arena.
With the help of President Keenum and Dr. Shaw and the Dean of Libraries, Francis Coleman at the time, was an internship at the Mississippi State Metro Memorial Library at the Congressional and Political Research Center.
Stennis Montgomery Association President Reagan Connor says affording students this opportunity is a very important aspect of the organization.
We speak with Kara Boyles from the Career Center, who helps us with placing students in DC and helping them with financial opportunities.
Along with these internships, the Stennis Montgomery Association takes an annual trip to Washington, D.C., where students are able to explore the city and meet many different politicians. For Take 30 News, I'm LoNigro.
To apply for an internship with Congressman Guest's office, head to the house.guest.gov, click on Services, and then on Internships. Things are starting to look normal again as we welcome back the annual Bulldog Bash concert here in Starkville. Take 30's Jay Williams has the details on this year's lineup.
Bulldog Bash is back in its traditional fashion since 2019.
I'm very happy that Bulldog Bash is actually happening. I'm very excited to be moving on from the COVID lockdowns and just being cooped up all the time.
As the largest free concert in Mississippi, organizers are excited about bringing the concert back and the talent performing.
So we're really excited about bringing big artists to this year's Bulldog Bash as well as local artists.
While booking an artist may seem like a simple task, there was a lot of work put into gathering performers.
Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, it is a little bit trickier to get artists nowadays just because the music industry is still kind of healing from having to stop live performances for long.
Even if music isn't your jam, but want to enjoy the environment, there are still things for you to do.
And it's not just concerts, but we also have Maroon Market, where local vendors sell at booths, and that's from 3 to 6. And then from 6 to around 11, we have artists on the main stage. So it's kind of a half-day, nighttime event.
Get ready for good food, music, and fun. For Take 30 News, I'm Jay Williams.
There will be a clear bag policy as well as no smoking, pets, and weapons. Unhealthy relationships between people can be detrimental to their life. The Society of African American Studies, Delta Sigma Theta, Kappa Alpha Psi, and MSU students discuss the red flags of relationships and how to manage red flags. Take 30's Joshua Hughes gives us an inside look of the story.
Flag is a warning or hint that someone is difficult to get along with. Jonathan Cheeks, the president of the Society of African American Studies, gives us more insight of this conversation.
Finding discussing red flags in relationships and how to mitigate those. So there was a lot of questions about how to recognize a red flag, what the definition of a red flag was, and then we kind of just let the conversation go where it flowed to. People asked about certain examples and gave examples, and that was basically the gist of the meeting. So in the end, it kind of got off a little bit, but SASS meetings are generally that way, so it was all really good to me. So.
Here's a recap of the event.
How do we understand each other? How do you go about compromising? And in a relationship, you sometimes have to compromise, okay? Maybe I'm not going to do this if they don't like that.
MSU student Joseph Ducksworth gives us an example of what a red flag is to him.
A red flag in a relationship that I would think is someone like a female who's friendly, a female who just hangs around a whole bunch of guys and stuff. I know females be like, they like hanging around guys because like girls start too much drama, which is true. But like if you just constantly around them like 24/7, like a lot more than your significant other, I feel like that's a red flag.
Research has shown that more than half of all college students say it's difficult to identify dating abuse. For Take 30 News in the studio, I'm Joshua Hughes.
The next meeting of the Society of African American Studies will be sometime next semester. The Mississippi State Mitchell Memorial Library is now home to a new historic Lincoln statue. Take 30 reporter Jay Williams attended the unveiling ceremony and has all of the details.
The collection signifies that he had such a big impact on the entire country.
In an effort to highlight the late President Abraham Lincoln, the Mitchell Memorial Library held a dedication ceremony to introduce its newest statue.
With this new addition to the collection of the Lincoln memorabilia, the statue highlights the national impact that President Lincoln had.
We have given the Frank and Virginia Williams collection of Lincolniana to state and specifically the Mitchell Memorial Library, where it is now housed with a great gallery.
The statue pictures 4 Union soldiers and 1 doctor carrying Lincoln after the fatal blow to the back of the head. Frank Williams is a retired Chief Justice of Rhode Island Supreme Court, and he says he hopes this tribute mends bridges.
One of the reasons our collections came here was to help with the healing between the North and the South, because the Civil War did not end in April 1865, and of course because of a great attention that and resource that it is.
The statue, titled Moody Tearful Night, was recently housed at Brown University in Rhode Island. Mississippi State University senior Philip Whitman says he welcomed the relocation and it reminds him of love and compassion.
People cared enough for him to physically pick him up and move him out of one building down the street to another.
Virginia and I hope they take away an interest in our history, which is all of our country, Mississippi and Rhode Island included, and that they see that Abraham Lincoln was a healer.
Go, camera 2, go. The statue is located on the 4th floor of the Mitchell Memorial Library. Students, faculty, staff, and the people of Starkville are more than welcome to stop by to view it. The Mississippi Agricultural Forestry Experiment Station, also known as the Mayfest Sales Store, is home to a variety of treats. Cheese, juices, and jams. Before, people were able to visit msucheese.com to place an order for the holidays. However, if you want the locally grown treat, you must ask to head inside the store.
We just had such a huge demand, and we have a limited staff, and so we are overcapacity. We cannot physically ship any more cheese. Our guys are working Monday through Saturday, labeling all the cheeses. We've sold over 15,000 orders, and everyone that's ordered that cheese will get it as expected. But we had to cut back on the time that we can take on the orders.
When we come back, find out details around the COVID vaccine now being available for children ages 5 through 11.
Go break. you could be part of one of the top engineering schools in the nation without ever leaving the coast. Well, now you can. Mississippi State's collaboration with Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College allows you to earn core credits while pursuing a 4-year degree in mechanical or electrical engineering, all in the same location. And with classes taught by MSU professors, the world-renowned education you couldn't find anywhere else is now in your own backyard. To learn more about this great opportunity, visit us online.
Camera 2, go. Welcome back to Take 30 News. There are still a lot of questions from parents about COVID-19 vaccines for kids. While children won't have time to get fully vaccinated by Thanksgiving or Hanukkah, it's still possible to protect them for Christmas, Kwanzaa, and the end-of-the-year gatherings. CNN's Mandy Gaither has more on the vaccine timeline parents need to know in today's Health Minute.
You take off your mask without wearing it.
Across the U.S., kids ages 5 to 11 rolling up their sleeves for a COVID-19 vaccine.
Now I know my body is strong enough because I have the shot now.
Children won't be considered fully vaccinated until 2 weeks after their second Pfizer dose. Since each dose must be at least 21 days apart, parents eyeing protection by Christmas and Kwanzaa have a deadline of November 19th to get a first dose and December 10th for the second dose.
Parents should consult with their pediatricians, consult with their family physicians, consult with their pharmacists, and they'll be able to know exactly where to get this particular vaccine for their children from 5 to 11.
Beginning November 8th, the White House says the pediatric vaccine program will be fully up and running. By the end of the week, officials say parents can also check where vaccines are available in their area by logging on to vaccines.gov. Local health departments will also launch thousands of community-based clinics.
So many of us have been worried about what happens as the weather gets cold, as everyone goes indoors, as those windows start getting shut in schools and ventilation gets worse. Having the kids vaccinated helps to stop that.
Health experts say getting kids vaccinated is key to staving off a potential winter surge and to having a safe holiday season. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky says children who had COVID-19 before should be vaccinated and need both doses of the vaccine. Walensky says studies show it's safe for them to get the shots and will boost their protection. After a year and a half of being shut down to relocate, a local Starkville hangout is ready to open its doors to a new spot. All right, cue package. Inn is finally back in Starkville. What started as an estimated 120-day relocation plan quickly turned into a 19-month process for the sports bar and restaurant.
So we were going to start building out the new restaurant, and that started in February of 2020. Late February, had everything in, and we were just going to do that month to month until we got this one ready to go, and then we're just going to close down for about a week. And then the pandemic come in, and they shut us down.
Although this relocation was planned, not receiving any revenue during the lockdown made it difficult for the restaurant to get by, ultimately causing the business to close early and postpone relocation for almost 2 years. Despite the difficult and frustrating process, owner Jason Roden is grateful the business is still here.
Kind of lucky to still be here. Pretty much spent every saving I ever had and took out every investment I ever had and just finally fighting along, but it looks like we're going to make it.
The Stagger Inn is planned to open between Thursday and Saturday of next week and is located at College View Apartments. The Stagger Inn will also be featuring the much anticipated virtual Topgolf. It's that time of year again. To stay warm, folks are trading in the flip-flops and shorts for winter boots and coats. But what about keeping your home cozy this season? Take 30's Sadie McKnight catches up with homeowners looking to knock the chill off this winter.
Battling the harsh temperatures of winter can be tough, and that's why homeowner Sandra McKnight is winterizing her home this season.
The importance is that to prevent things from freezing or to receive any damage during the winter months when things get so cold.
Proper preparation not only keeps the cold out, but it also protects your home from possible harm due to harsh temperatures. Mason Godney, a homeowner in Ackerman, Mississippi, prepares his first house for the winter.
To prepare the house for winter, I would usually go ahead and get some inexpensive pipe wrap that you can just get at Lowe's or a hardware store. And depending on what your pipe size is, there's 1/2 inch or 3/4. But that helps to prevent your pipes bursting, along with like keeping your tap a little bit on to where there's a trickle from the sinks if you know that the temperature is going to be below freezing.
Products like this faucet cover and this pipe cable are cheap ways to make sure that your house is safe for the winter.
The pipe wrap would keep your water lines, from busting and like causing floor damage underneath the house or any kind of structural damage to like the joints, which would be a huge problem in the dead of winter.
December 21st marks the official start of winter. For more tips on winterizing your home, please visit the Ford County website to learn more. In the city of Ackerman, for Take 30 News, I'm Sadie McKnight.
With the freezing temperatures coming soon, it's always best to prepare ahead of time to make sure your house is properly sealed. Take 30 meteorologist Grace Anello joins us now.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. So speaking of freezing temperatures, what are we expecting at Bulldog Bash tonight?
Well, we definitely won't get to the freezing mark, but we will be chilly. I would recommend a jacket.
Awesome. We'll be right back after the break.
Performance at the highest level is the objective of every athlete. But what could athletes accomplish if they understood and responded to everything their bodies are telling them? Mississippi State University's Athlete Engineering program is designing and deploying groundbreaking advanced wearable technology that creatively collects millions of data points for researchers to analyze, predict performance, and improve body mechanics. Researchers in engineering, kinesiology, sociology, textiles, and more disciplines are working together to test and design new technology that leads to winning results. In addition to helping athletes reach their highest potential, this collaborative program is reducing injuries and protecting the health of competitors now and far into the future. Mississippi State University. Farming can be a tough way to make a living. Weather, pricing pressures, and unpredictable swings in demand can take a toll, not only on farmers' finances, but on their mental health, as well as that of family members and farm workers. That's why Mississippi State University is spearheading a program to train extension agents to detect the signs of depression, substance abuse, and other stress-related challenges. Everyone has a bad day, of course, but this holistic view of a farmer's circumstances enables MSU representatives to recognize the difference between routine struggles and deeper, more serious issues. It may be a tough conversation, but the sooner it gets started, the sooner farmers can get help to better manage stress and continue the important work of growing the products our world needs. Caring for farms and farmers. Mississippi State University.
Graphic go. And out, cut to camera.
Happy Maroon Friday, Bulldogs. I'm meteorologist Grace Anello, and temperatures across northeast Mississippi scattered in the mid and upper 50s. Many of us are sunny, a little bit hazier here in Starkville, but for the most part, not a whole lot of variability. Now, I'm here with the information I know you've all been looking for. Tonight is Bulldog Bash. At 7 p.m. at the start of the concert, it will be breezy and temperatures will be in the low 50s. So when you're outside, make sure you bring a jacket with you. And as we push further into the evening, we do get even colder than that. When Hardy starts performing, it will be about 48 degrees. So again, we've passed the chilly point. We're officially at cold. I would recommend a jacket. I mean, I might even bring a scarf and mittens. Who knows? Over the course of the next 7 days, we will see a warming trend. We are chilly tonight, even cold like we talked about. But by the time we head into the start of the work week next week, look at that. Temperatures are back in the low 70s and we will be pleasant. Now, I want to talk to you about what we're seeing from a satellite and radar standpoint. When we take a look at the United States, there's not a whole lot happening for us in northeast Mississippi, and that's as a result of a high pressure system that will create a dome over the SEC West region and keep us dry. With that being said, your 7-day forecast looks like this. Tonight, like we talked about, we will be cold for Bulldog Bash, and then we warm a little bit as we head into the weekend. Temperatures back up in the 60s. On Sunday, don't forget to change your clocks. It is daylight savings. And as we head into the work week next week, look at this. We have plenty of sunshine on the forecast. Temperatures do move from the mid 70s down to some of the lower 70s for the rest of the week, but we will be beautiful, especially in time for Veterans Day on Thursday. Again, I'm meteorologist Grace Anello here with your Take 30 News forecast. Coming up, we'll hear from Jalen Anderson about MSU volleyball and football. Also, a big change in basketball right here at Starkville High School. We'll catch you coming up next.
Meeting the challenges of a changing world. It's a responsibility we take seriously at Mississippi State University. Today, our outstanding faculty are on the job with a passion that places them among the best in the business. We're launching new classroom models, investing in world-changing research, and providing a college experience that's second to none. Though things may look different, our sights have never been higher.
To be or not to be? That is the question that echoes the walls of the theater department at Mississippi State University. Nurturing the voice and movement of a new generation of dynamic storytellers. An inclusive program welcoming all to a broad course of study in directing, stagecraft, playwriting, and acting. Discover your passion in performance and production with MSU Theater.
Print. It opens the doors to the world of communication. It's where a student can be anything. It teaches teamwork, diligence, loyalty, and responsibility. At Mississippi State, we are dedicated to further the field of journalism. We make sure to tell the story no matter how challenging. We incorporate all aspects to help you grow as a student and as a person. So, what are you waiting for?
Camera 3, go.
Welcome back, I'm Jalen Anderson. Today we take a look into the sports community around Starkville. A familiar face returning to the bench for the Starkville High basketball program. I got a chance to catch up with the new head coach before the season starts.
Cue package, go. Package, go.
Quavarius Woody Howard lands the new head basketball coaching position at Starkville High. The Yellow Jackets come off a winning season despite loss in 6A state championship game under 25-year coach Greg Carter.
As he did, I'm not trying to change, I'm just trying to keep the bandwagon going. Hard work, defend, rebound, toughness, that's all things he preached, and it's the same thing I'm preaching, so we can continue to do that. We'll keep the success going.
Howard served as a former player and assistant coach at Starkville. He begins the new era in Starkville after leaving a head coach position at Kemper County, where he led them to a 3A state semifinals appearance last year. Howard says now that he's back, he's ready to hit the ground running.
And this matchup is key, because now they come into a hostile environment on a Friday night. Most of them haven't really played in the game yet, so this will be big for them. So down the line, when it's playoff time, crunch time, you going into different environments, I think we'll be good because we already faced that early on in the year.
Howard has a young team and will look to build his relationship with players both on and off the court to have a positive impact on the game.
Get to know everyone personally first, and that way now once we're getting things done on the court, I know how to adjust them.
For Take 30 News, I'm Jalen Anderson.
Oh, get him to quit. 10, 9, 8, go.
Starkville tips off their season tonight against Meridian at 7:30 p.m. After gaining their 6th straight win and program record 9th win over Alabama on Wednesday, the Bulldogs also put a 7-match losing streak, 7-match to Alabama in the past. The Volley Dogs look to continue the momentum after Gabby Wadden captured a career milestone with 1,000 career kills. Gabby joins an elite group of people that have some great numbers, head coach Julie Darty Dennis said after the win. Mississippi State volleyball goes on the road this weekend to take on Missouri. You can tune in tomorrow on SEC Network plus at 2 o'clock p.m. to watch the match. Coming off a big homecoming night, 31-17 win against then number 12 nationally ranked Kentucky, State now stands at 5-3 overall this season, winning their last 3 out of 4 games. They look to continue the streak as they are on the road this weekend against Arkansas. State recently received a ranking of number 17 in the college football playoff rankings and will look to improve their standing. Kickoff is set for 3 o'clock p.m. and can be watched on the SEC Network. That's all for sports. Stay tuned for more news after the break.
As concern grows over the declining health of the world's oceans, veterinary students at Mississippi State are learning how to rescue and rehabilitate vulnerable marine animals. Through a unique partnership between the College of Veterinary Medicine and the Institute of Marine Mammal Studies in Gulfport, Mississippi, students are experiencing the chance of a lifetime. Real-time research of this fragile ecosystem prepares students for a future in providing care for sick and stranded dolphins, turtles, sea lions, and other marine species. At the same time, MSU's advanced diagnostic technology is helping innovate for solutions while improving treatment and outcomes. Not only are the waters of the Gulf Coast opening new worlds of discovery for Mississippi State veterinary students, they are much safer now, thanks to this game-changing partnership that's improving life for literally hundreds of aquatic animals.
Welcome back. On the national stage this week, opening statements got underway in the murder trial of Ahmaud Arbery. He's the black jogger shot to death in Brunswick, Georgia last year. All eyes now on the jury, which some say is not representative of the area.
Outside the Glynn County Courthouse, outrage and disappointment. While more than a quarter of the residents in Glynn County, where the trial is taking place, are black, a nearly all-white jury, 11 white members and 1 black member, will hear opening statements this morning in the trial of the 3 men accused of murdering Ahmaud Arbery. On Wednesday, the prosecution accused the defense of striking some qualified black jurors based on race, while the judge seemed to side with the prosecution.
This court has found that there appears to be intentional discrimination.
He ultimately ruled that the case could move forward.
They've been able to explain to the court why, separate from race, those individuals were in fact struck from the panel.
On Thursday, the prosecution and the defense worked on ironing out some pretrial motions. One of them, whether a vanity license plate on defendant Travis McMichael's truck needs to be excluded.
It's just an old flag plate.
The image in question is an old Georgia state flag that prominently features a Confederate flag.
We would ask that the court limit the playing of any photograph or video of the front plate because it's inflammatory and because it injects into this case something that we all have been trying to avoid and trying to obtain jurors who don't have strong opinions about this as well.
This is something Travis McMichael put on the front of his truck. He wanted the world to know this. He put it out there for people to see him driving around with this particular plate on the front of his truck. A little disingenuous at this point to ask that it be blurred out as if somehow it's not relevant to this case.
The prosecution claims the plate is relevant because Arbery appears to run away after he sees McMichael's truck coming towards him with the plate up front. The defense argues there's no way of knowing that Arbery saw the plate. While the prosecution states they can't prove Arbery saw the flag, they say the placement of the vanity plate is essential evidence. Judge Walmsley will issue an order on this before opening statements. Just before court was adjourned on Thursday, one of the jurors, a white woman, was replaced by alternate 1, another white woman, for medical reasons.
The semester is winding down and there are 20 days until Thanksgiving, 26 days until the last day of classes, and congrats graduates. Y'all only have 35 more days until graduation and there are only 50 days until Christmas. Thank you so much for joining